Good morning, 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins elite fans and family and friends back home in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and all around that are tuning in this morning for game number 2 of the road trip to Chicago, Illinois, between the Pittsburgh Penguins elite and the 2015 Chicago Fury. Pens last night victorious in overtime on a game-winning goal by number 8 Connor Wilson to walk away with a 3-2 victory. After a long day of travel for the boys, they're back in action this morning. 9:53 local time, 10:53 back in Pittsburgh. We are set to go 15 minutes on the clock. As starting at center today, number 93, Riker Ferguson, flanked by Paris and Gaworski on the backside, Papuano, and number 43, Grant Loyal. A little bit of an early start here, 7 minutes early from Chicago. Ref turns around and gives some instructions to 21 and 45 for the Pens, Brooks Gaworski. Puck is dropped. We're underway from Chicago, Illinois. As back to retrieve this puck is the right-handed skating defenseman, Grant Loyal. Number 43 is going to chip it up the boards to 45, Brooks Gaworski. Had 2 yesterday against the Mission before the Pens gave up 2 when the Mission drew even. Now number 21, he's going to flank around Papuano, goes over the glove side of Luka Thompson and in the back of the net. 21 had some speed coming through the neutral zone into the Pens D zone, and it goes up over the glove hand of Luka Thompson. So 25 seconds in, the Fury take a lead. So the Pens early on in this game are going to have to play catch-up right off the bat. Shot from just inside the face-off dot. Finds the back of the net for the 1-0 lead for the Chicago Fury. Back underway here as Brady Fritchie, number 9, moves it up. Top of the zone to Bingham Green. Bingham Green to Connor Wilson. Off of his stick. Back into the D zone now as Brady Fritchie retreats. Has it knocked off of his stick by 21. Fritchie to Nenevisa. Nenevisa to Mason Fritchie. Goes through his skates as the Pens change their G-core. As back to center comes number 27. 27's going to throw this up to 93. Knocked off of his blade by Papuano. Welch is going to retreat now behind his net. He's going to chip this up to Bingham Green. Green has this knocked off of his stick. Welch is now going to protect against 84. 84 twist off. 84 still has the puck. Goes high in the slot. And it's put into the back of the net over the glove side of Luka Thompson. So less than 2 minutes in, the Pens have a 2-goal deficit. First time this year, the Pens are going to be down by 2 goals. And they have their work cut out for them here in Chicago as Easton Borman steps in for the draw. Playing center this morning, he's going to be flanked by Nico Stark, and on the right side, Cole Davis. Nico Stark's going to bring it into the offensive zone. He's coming down the left side. Pens looking to get something going this morning here from Chicago. Nico Stark, centering pass, comes all the way through to Grant Loyal. Loyal snaps a shot just over the goaltender. They hit a body on the way in. Now it's Easton Borman. He's tripped up. He's going to throw it high in the zone, or it's picked off here. 93 is going to come in on Nenevisa. And Luka Thompson's going to cover things up here to settle things down for a D-zone draw. To the right of netminder. Correction, we're going to be on the left side here. The left side of Luka Thompson. Stepping in for this face-off will be number 93, Riker Ferguson. Ferguson's going to win this back to the wall. Welch is going to move this behind the net to Fritchie. Goes off of Fritchie's stick. Here we have a puck battle here on the half wall, joined by Riker Ferguson. Has his skates taken out. He's going to get back to his feet as Brady Fritchie pins his man to the wall. Welch is going to hustle over to this puck. He's going to try and chip it up and out of the zone. And it does get moved out right in front of the Penguins bench. Puck battle here. Paris wins that, moves it to Ferguson. Ferguson's now going to come in. Tries a centering pass attempt to Brooks Gaworski. just in front of him. Brooks Gawarsi now has it high in the zone. 12:27 to go in the first period. Fury retreat behind their net. As they work it back to the half wall, Penn's going to back off here. That's number 5. Correction, number 15. What am I looking at here? It is number 5. It's going to throw it in, deflects off the body in on Luka Thompson. He covers things up. Gets a snow shower as well. So he's cleaning his face off right now. Is netminder number 33, Luka Thompson. Getting some assistance from the officials here. Brushing off some snow out of his face, off his chest, off his mask here. As Wilson steps in. Fritchie's going to win that battle with O'Neal and moves it to Bingham Green. Bingham Green walks in, tries to go back to Fritchie. Skates taken out. Connor Wilson snaps a shot. Goaltender turns around. The whistle's going to be blown dead here. Offensive zone faceoff. Good flurry there. Good snapshot from Connor Wilson taking that feed, getting it in on the netminder. As Connor Wilson steps in for the faceoff now to the left side of the netminder for the Chicago Fury. Flanked by Fritchie Green on the backside, Loya and Ambrose Paparano. It's one back cleanly. Loya at the lace, sends it down deep in the zone where Connor Wilson picks it up. Wilson tries to throw it behind the net. It's picked off there by a Fury defender. Gets it up to O'Neal. Coming with speed in the offensive zone. Loya's going to pinch him off on the wall. Loses his stick in the process, though. But back to cover is Mason Fritchie. Fritchie's going to dance around 98. As he's looking to get this in the offensive zone now, and does. Connor Wilson, he spins around. Mason Fritchie behind the zone, sends it right back to Connor Wilson on the half wall. He stops up, looks for a centering pass attempt, deflects off of the equipment of Colt Davis and into the glove of netminder number 25. 11:22 now to go in the first period. Penn's facing their longest and deepest deficit of the year early in the first period. 2 early goals down the back of the net. That's where we stand. The Fury up 2-0 right now as Easton Borman pushes this puck forward. Now has it behind the net. Nico Stark comes down from his winger position to help out. Borman back at his center position. He has his skates taken out as he hits the deck, gets right back up. He's back on the forecheck. His number 74, Easton Borman, moves it to Nico Stark. Stark walks in. He's hooked up. Penalty coming up here. Nico Stark generating some offense. Him and Easton Borman with some hard work to generate not just a scoring opportunity, but the Pens are going to go to their first power play of the day. As number 8's going to sit down for the next minute 30. Stepping onto the ice right now to take the draw, Connor Wilson flanked by Fritchie and Green. Backside net of ice in, Fritchie. Brady Fritchie's going to pinch down the wall to try and keep this in and keep possession. Does as it works to Bingham Green. Bingham Green centering pass to Connor Wilson. Connor Wilson finds the loose puck at the top of the crease and sends it in on his backhand behind netminder 25. And last night, Connor Wilson had the GWG, and now he's added a PPG, a power play goal for Connor Wilson. Smart play by Brady Fritchie moving down the wall to keep possession of that puck. It found Bingham Green in the corner. Green to Wilson. And it's a 2-1 game. Play back underway. Pens were able to cash in on that power play. Again, generated that opportunity off of Nico Stark's hard work. Shot in. Stick save now as Ambrose Paparoano is going to collect it behind Luka Thompson. He's not going to skate out. He's going to protect it on his backhand. Now he retreats back into his own zone as he's going to wheel it to Nico Stark. Stark now enters the offensive zone. Goes deep. He's in on the forecheck with Colt Davis here. As Easton Borman applies some pressure. He creates a turnover. Easton Borman walks out in front. Centering pass to Stark. Nobody home though. As back 2-on-2.
Number 5 is going to try Welch. Welch is going to stop up here and strip the puck off of him. Throws it back to center. He's going to go off the backside of Grant Loy now. As Brooksy Gaworski, he's coming in one-on-one. He's got a step. Nice little move by Brooksy Gaworski. 1 move, 2 moves. Big save there by the netminder. Puck was loose. Gaworski dove for it. And the whistle's going to blow here as the referee official lost sight of the puck. Gaworski's asking what's going on. Beautiful moves there by Brooks Gaworski. Almost tying this up here as we approach the midpoint of the first period. 9:42 to go in first period action. Pens finding their legs here after that shift from Nico Stark and Easton Borman generated some momentum before the power play goal there from Connor Wilson. 9:37 to go here. Offensive zone faceoff's going to come back to center as Grant Loy is going to be on his horse. He's facing some pressure from 98. Grant Loy, headman pass up to Brooks Gaworski. Paris just unable to stay on side. I don't know about that. It's going to be rolled offsides is the call. Neutral zone face-off coming up. 9:25 to go in the first period. Yeah, just looking at the replay here. Looks like just inside the zone. Unable to hold that with the right skate. But back underway in the offensive zone as Riker Ferguson pins his man up against the wall. Also over there is Brooksy Gaworski. 47 retreats behind his own net. He dips and dances. He's run into by Riker Ferguson with some hard work. As the Fury works back to center to Grant Loy. He's pressured by O'Neill right now. Nice move there by Grant Loy. He's going to lead the rush now as the Pens are changed behind the play. Left for Gaworski as it's chipped back to center red. Retreating back is the centerman, number 8, Connor Wilson. Headman pass for Gaworski goes off of his stick. And Mason Fritchie tries to work it along. Number 16 is going to try Brady Fritchie. He's got to step on him. Brady Fritchie recovers, seals his man off to the wall. As Brigham Green's going to exit the zone now. He's got Mason Fritchie. Goes to Mason Fritchie. Pass doesn't get through. Picked up, though, by a streaking Connor Wilson. He's coming in. Defender falls down. Connor Wilson's in all alone. Unable to tuck it under the left pad, though. Still loose behind the net. Picked up. It's going to be high in the zone. Comes to Noah Welch. Shot taken. Deflects off the netminder. Good puck movement now for the Pens. Comes out in front. Mason Fritchie deflects to Connor Wilson. Shot off the chest protector. Now, body's flying down here, and it's finally covered up there. Flurry of activity by the Pens. Unable to tuck it home there, but Pens finding their legs here after a sluggish start, not just last night, continued into the first 2 minutes here from Chicago, Illinois. 2-1 to score. Offensive zone faceoff to the left of netminder number 25 now. Connor Wilson steps in, wins it clean back to Brady Fritchie. Fritchie snaps a shot low, deflects off the glove of a Chicago player in the D zone, so no hand pass there. Retreats back to Welch. Welch chips it up to Bingham Green. Brady Fritchie's going to move this further to Connor Wilson now. Back in on the attack is this line. It's looked good so far this morning as Connor Wilson's going to pick up the loose mail behind the net. Comes high, though, in the zone at corner. It's going to deflect in on net. Thompson had to be alert there. Gets the stick on this to deflect it out of danger. Nico Stark chips it out into the neutral zone. Pens are going to change all their troops, except for one. Here's the Fury going to try to catch the Pens in a change. Number 5 has it high in the zone. Borman takes his man out as Grant Loy now retreats behind his own net. He's got Colt Davis up ahead. He's going to try to go to Colt Davis. Hits Colt Davis. Davis is coming in 1-on-2 now. Tries to dance around one guy. Bodied up here as possessing this puck now is Mason Fritchie. It's Nico Stark that now sends it back to Grant Loy. Player loses stick for a Fury. Loy has a step here. Bringing it in behind the net. Centering pass attempt comes all the way to Ambrose Papuano. He's got some pressure now. He snaps it in right into the low slot there. Backhanded in on net. Mason Fritchie. Pens here getting some zone time at the midpoint of the first period. High in the zone is Easton Borman. He walks in, dips, dances, backhand pass. Had an open man in front. as some bodies hit the ice surface here. Quick whistle again. Nico Stark was looking to punch in that rebound. Penn's now outworking the Fury after, to a man, being outworked last night by the Chicago Mission. So offensive zone faceoff now coming up. Riker Ferguson steps onto the ice, flanked by Paris and Gaworski, backside Welch and Brady Fritchie. It's going to be one back, sends it in the near corner. As O'Neal's going to try and work this back to center, steps into his man, as Welch is going to come over to try and take this away from O'Neal, and does. O'Neal's now going to pick the pocket. Blake Paris covers back, knocks it off of his stick. Over to get this puck now is Welch. Welch is going to chip this up further as he pins his man to the wall. O'Neal's going to walk off. He's going to try to get around Fritchie. Deflects off the stick of Ferguson, and it's deflected by Scanlon over the glove hand of Luka Thompson to make this a 3-1 game. Just as the Pens had momentum, one shift into the Pens D zone, finds the back of the net. 5:38 to go in the first period. Scanlon gets the goal. The Pens have their work cut out for them once again. 2-goal deficit as CJ Nanavisa works it up ahead to Blake Paris. Blake Paris walks in, rolls off of his stick, and now comes to the slot area as the music started to play. As O'Neal's going to chip this around, he's going to go for a change. Back to get to this puck are the Pens defenders, but they're going to carry it down 200 feet to the offensive zone. As there was an ice. As the clock was still going here. Some confusion on the ice. Definitely was an icing call. And it will be an offensive zone faceoff. One back to Loy at the point. 43 moves it to Bingham Green. Bingham Green's crashed into by 84. Comes high in the zone. CJ Nanavisa tries to hustle over to get to his puck. It's chipped behind him, back to center, where Connor Wilson picks it up. He moves it to Bingham Green. Behind the net, it's chipped over to the half wall. Nanavisa comes over to try and pinch it in, or keep it in. Does temporarily. It does find the stick of CJ Nanavisa. He controls it high in the zone, knocked off of his stick as he's being pressured by number 18. Deflects off an Nanavisa stick over to his D partner, Grant Loya. Loya winds things up in his own zone. Works it ahead to Mason Fritchie. Mason Fritchie has a defender force him to the ice as Bingham Green moves it along further. Thrown back into the Pens D. Wano gets it, and this is long enough for icing. So we'll go back into the offensive zone. To the left again of netminder number 25. Thanks for tuning in this morning on Cine TV, Pens Elite TV. Pens facing an early 3-1 deficit after they drew closer to make it a 2-1 game on a Connor Wilson power play goal. And have really controlled the zone time since about the 11-minute mark of the first period. It's going to be pinched off the wall here. Retreating to get to this puck on a back check. Nice move, nice back check and effort there by Nico Stark. He's been strong this morning. Offsides is the call. 3:41 neutral zone faceoff coming up here from Chicago, Illinois, as the Pens are in game number 2 of a 5-game swing to Chicago. Going to be at center red here for this faceoff. Stepping in is going to be Easton Borman, number 74. On the left side, Stark. Right side, Cole Davis. It's going to be one back from Borman to Papuano. Papuano to Welch. Welch plays catch with Papuano. Papuano up to Stark now. In on the offensive attack is Easton Borman. He retreats behind his net. He's forced to the wall. He throws it behind the net. Nobody home, though. Hustling over to get to this puck was Nico Stark. Foot race here between Papuano and his man, 96. Papuano wins that race. It's going to be held in by the point man. Papuano's going to chip it off the wall and throw him behind the net where Welch is going to come over. He engages his man. He takes a stick away from 22. Now pops out in front where Papuano's going to throw it back. The point man, long shot, deflects off of Welch, blocks that shot. As Borman brings it back in. He delays. Long shot taken, left pad save off netminder number 25. As we're going to have another penalty coming up. And the Pens are going to be right back on the power play. We're able to cash in quickly on their first power play attempt as 91 is going to go to the box. We're going to have a roughing call on 91. Turkey's on the table here for the Pens Elite as Fergie is going to step in for the draw, flanked by Gaworski and Paris on the backside, Loya and Fritchie. 2:37 to go in the period. Pens actually get a couple extra seconds. They just put the penalty time up on the board. As working along the walls, Riker Ferguson. He has some space now, moves it back to the top of the circle to Brooks Gaworski. Gaworski's going to try and switch. It's now on the skates of the official. Gaworski digs it out of there. Paris working hard in front of the net, comes to the point man, Brady Fritchie. Fritchie plays catch. Back to the point man, Fritchie. Back down low. Brooks Gaworski, he delays. Sneaks through everybody as 27 now skates us out of danger for the Fury. He's going to try Loya. Uses the official as a pick. Comes here right to the far wall in the far corner as time is ticking off. Now the penalty call, 98's content to keeping the skates. Scanlon's going to walk off, but he loses his puck here to Brady Fritchie. He's going to join the attack. Headman pass attempt goes off the stick of Paris. He's going to collect this. He's interfered with, forced to the ice. As we are at the 1:32 mark, 27 to go on the Pens power play here. 3-1's the score. Offensive zone face up to the right of netminder 25. Going to be taken by number 8, Connor Wilson. On with him, Mason Fritchie and Bingham Green on the backside. Papuano and Nenavisa. Fury are able to win this back to their own corner. Pops out to the point man now. Nenavisa moves it to Papuano. Ambrose Papuano snaps a shot. Blocker down by the netminder. Comes right back to Papuano. He loses an edge, but it's able to work it along to Mason Fritchie. Centering pass. Puck movement goes from Penn's offensive zone. They have to retreat now as Ambrose Papuano headmans the pass. May have caught the Fury to change here. Mason Fritchie comes in. Backhand attempt. Left pad save. Again, another quick whistle here from the officials. As we're back to 5-on-5 action. 1 minute remains in this first period. A flurry of activity in the first period. So another offensive zone face-off. This time it will be to the left side of the netminder. Connor Wilson steps in for the draw. It's one back to Bingham Green. He's collided with as 44 retreats behind his own net. Stops up, reverses. Ambrose Papuano pinches down to try and keep this in the zones. Chip behind hip. It's going to be thrown into the Pens D zone. Nenavisa hustles back. Throws it up off the wall to Papuano. Papuano's got Fritchie streaking ahead. He's going to take the middle road and go to Bingham Green. Bingham Green moves it outside to Fritchie. As the Fury are going to skate back to center. And 97's going to try to work it around Fritchie. Fritchie knocks it off his play. Centering pass attempt goes to Welch. Welch is going to skate this out to try to make a headman pass. Had time and space there. Should have skated that out of danger. So at 9.9, Pens are going to have an unforced error, D-zone draw. So it's going to deflect off a couple of guys. Where Nico Stark's going to try and force his man to the wall. And that's going to be it for the first period. Tail of a couple periods there. All in the same one. Pens down early, 2-0. We're able to force it back on a Connor Wilson power play goal. That made it 2-1, and then really controlled the play from about the 11-minute mark to, let's say, the 5-minute mark. And then Scanlon, number 27 for the Fury, was able to make it a 3-1 game, and that's where it stands at the end of one from Chicago, Illinois at the Arctic Ice Arena. We'll be back with period number 2 between the Fury and the Pens in a moment. Plays back underway here in the second period as it's taken forward by Colt Davis. Centering pass attempt comes to the backhand of Nico Stark, and it goes into the net. Nico Stark goes bore down. He was found himself all alone in the slot, and it finds the back of the net. Backhand top shelf. Nico Stark, number 7. Makes it a 3-2 game. 14 seconds into the second period. And Pens rewarded there as Nico Stark finds the back of the net. Back underway here, 14:35 to go. It's going to come off the stick of Noah Welch. Welch is going to try and send this along. No pass is picked off by 27. It's going to come all the way back into the Pens offensive zone right now as Nico Stark almost generated another opportunity. Generated a penalty earlier today. Gets the goal. 3-2 to score. Easton Borman now curls around. Easton Borman walks out in front as he tries to cash in.
Offensive zone faceoff, 12:53 to go. It finds Mason Fritchie, who picks up the loose laundry and tucks it in, and it's a new game, 3-3. Mason Fritchie tucks it behind netminder number 25. It's in the back of the net. It's a 3-3 game, 12:52 to go. Off the offensive zone faceoff. Mason Fritchie, number 4, gets the goal. Back underway here. Pens have been working hard, definitely. After about the 2-minute mark, centering pass here from Welch. Welch is going to chip all the way down to Fritchie. He's in on the attack. He has everybody's tied up there. Connor Wilson delays. He's going to curl around. He's going to go, moves it to correction. CJ Nanavisa. Wilson's going to tuck this, but now low, where Mason Fritchie is going to try and seal his man off to the wall. Penn's able to complete a change behind the play. 12:20 to go in the second period now. Hustling over is going to be CJ Nanavisa. Penn's trying to change their forward grouping as it comes back off the equipment of 98. Brady Fritchie's able to chip this along. Colt Davis hits the deck as it's chipped back in. Could have been a high stick there by 97 as he knocked it down. Comes all the way back into the Penn's D zone. Connor Wilson now picks it up, tries to move it up ahead to Colt Davis, who had fallen down. Nico Stark definitely buzzing today. Now creates a turnover here as Easton Borman steps in from his center position. It's going to be brought back by 84 for the Fury. Headman pass behind the play was O'Neal as he had gotten behind Ambrose Papuano, but it's an ice call. So we'll come all the way back down into the Penn's D zone. 3-3 is the score, 11:18 on the clock. Some of the 2014 boys are here. They were victorious earlier this morning, 5-1 over the Chicago Fury 2014 squad, as they are cheering on their younger brethren from the Penn's Elite organization. It's going to be one back to Grant Loya. Now switches with Gaworski. Gaworski left it for Loya, knocked off his stick, knocked in between the legs of Gaworski. Foot race between Papuano and O'Neal. Papuano wins that race as it's chipped forward now and picked up by Brooksy Gaworski. Gaworski, he delays. He's going to take behind the net. Gaworski swings it back, reverses it to Blake Parrish. He's going to try and hustle over to keep this puck in. He sends his man down as 84 is shaken up. Fury are going to bring it back into the defensive zone of the Pens. As there's 10:30 to go in the second period now. '91 throws it down the wall. Welch is going to come behind the net as he's got a little bit of time. He's got Blake Parrish up ahead, sends it to Blake Parrish, goes off of his stick blade. He's going to go for a change now. As 44 turns the puck over to Connor Wilson. Now finds Bingham Green. He walks in. Bingham Green takes a shot into the breadbasket of 25. And offensive zone faceoff coming up with 10:03 to go in the second period. Going to be one back to CJ Nanavisa. Nanavisa delays at the top. Shot off of 16. Nanavisa trying to hold the zone. Keep this puck in. He's pinned to the wall by 16. Comes to the backhand, and Nanavisa still working hard. Now goes to the equipment of Mason Fritchie's brother. Brady's going to come over to hustle to cancel his man out. Brady Fritchie calmly moves this back to the neutral zone. Now picked up by Connor Wilson. Comes in 2-on-2. Connor Wilson snapped the shot over the net, though. Penn's changing their D behind the play. Well, Brady Fritchie's going to stay on. And it's going to be worked behind him. 91 comes in, takes a shot off the bar, still loose in the slot and in the back of the net. There's the long headman pass is picked up and put in. The goal horn's going off. 9:24 to go in the second. The Pens, after working hard to draw even, it's a 4-3 game. With 9:24 to go in the second. Play back underway here. From Chicago, Illinois, Colt Davis comes in on the forecheck. He's slowed up by 97 as 47 brings it behind his own net, crashes into the wall, and crashes into Colt Davis. He's going to reverse it back to his D partner, number 97, who's sealed off by Easton Borman. Both go crashing down. Applegate comes over on the half wall. He's muscled into by Colt Davis, pinned against the wall by Easton Borman, but 11, Colt Davis, is going to be called here for body contact or rough. Pens are going to go to the PK with 8:53 to go at the midpoint here of the second period. Number 11 is going to sit down for a minute 30. Things are going to quickly be evened up here as a Penguin had their skates taken out from them. Sorry, I know the audio is going in and out. Somebody just got a text. So thanks for sticking with us. Here, 4-on-4 action, 8:40 to go in the second period. As the Pens are going to have a really brief power play at the end of this for about 13 seconds. Riker Ferguson's going to step in for the draw. It's going to come back to Welch. Welch is going to move this along to Brooks Gaworski. As 97 comes out of here. It's going to be centering pass attempt to 27. He's going to try Welch. Welch separates him from the puck. As Brady Fritchie's going to lead the rush now. '97 trying to move this along further. Comes back to the neutral zone where Welch is going to pinch it forward to Riker Ferguson. Able to enter in onside. Riker Ferguson maintains puck possession. He's got backdoor options. Loses his puck though at the last second. As 97 retreats behind the net, moves it to 47. On the half wall is O'Neill. Brady Fritchie pinches down to keep possession of this puck. It's Brady Fritchie that walks out of here behind the net. He's sealed off on the wall now. With 7:43 to go in the second period. It's Brooksy Gaworski. Moves it for Connor Wilson. Centering pass attempt, though. Nobody home. Connor Wilson on the back check. Is going to get rung up here. As 22 felt the stick and clenched down on it. So Connor Wilson's going to sit down here. So there will be a 4-on-3 right now. Tasked with killing this before Colt Davis comes back onto the ice. It's going to be Mason Fritchie, CJ Nenevisa, and Grant Loya. Comes high in the zone. Snapshot back of the net by 91. Just after the Pens, it's going to be an even strength goal. as Cole Davis had just stepped out of the penalty box and Bingham Green was going to join the PK. Shot from high in the zone. It's a 5-3 game now with 7:19 to go, and the Pens are still going to have to kill off a penalty as within 10 seconds, a member of the Fury is going to step out of the box. So 4-on-4 action right now, midpoint of the second period. It's going to be one back past the stick of Grant Loya. Bingham Green works it up to Mason Fritchie. Tries to collect this puck. The goal scorer in that last goal was 91 LaFrance. As 27 swings down, shot taken, glove down by Luka Thompson. Pens are going to change up the PK troops.
We couldn't see it from down there. Sandwich.
All right, hopefully audio issues have clarified. I'll make a change here at the end of the second period, but where the Pens find themselves right now is down 2 men, a penalty to Ambrose Papuano, and then another one added. So 2 minutes of 5-on-3 time, and that is also the score. A lot of ice here for the Fury to work with in the offensive zone. Number 21, O'Neal, is going to bring it behind the net. Centering pass attempt comes in and covered up by Luka Thompson. Riker Ferguson steps in for the draw here. 4:30 in the third period. Minute 9 now on the 5-on-3. 91 works it to 21. LaFrance to O'Neal. Reverses it to 27. Comes high in the zone. Penn's content to allow the Fury to work it outside. High in the zone to 44. 44 works it to 91. 91 walks in. Delays into the equipment. Papuano. Whistle blew, though. Penn's going to change up the penalty killing unit. Stepping on is Mason Fritchie, Brady Fritchie, and Noah Welch. 4:02 now to go, 49 to go on the 5-on-3. It's going to be right high in the zone, 44. Reverse behind the net now. 27 walks out. It's going to be picked off by Noah Welch. Welch is going to be content to throw this down on the net. .23 to go on the 5-on-3. O'Neal's going to try to work around Fritchie. He's got a step just knocked off by Brady Fritchie. He delays now. Penn's got to regroup here in the D zone on the PK. O'Neal's going to walk off. He's been on this entirety of the 5-on-3. Leaves it for 27 behind the net. Welch is going to try and sneak over to pressure. Got 2 to go on the 5-on-3. 2 guys back on the ice, back to the 5-on-5 action, but the zone time is controlled by the Fury. Almost tucking this in, nearly in the back of the net. Big pad save there. Welch is going to come over and throw it off the wall, and it's going to come back to center to kill off that 5-on-3. Welch is now going to step up. He's going to skate. As we have another whistle, as we had an offsides call, an instant offsides, so the Pens were going to get possession of that puck. Neutral zone faceoff. Pens, they've been engaged in this game. They've had some adversity, except for that first 2 minutes. Definitely have been engaged as a team. But 5-3 is the score. As the Fury going to try and walk this around and back into the neutral zone, it's brought as Brooks Gaworski forces it back to center. It's going to be thrown behind netminder Luka Thompson. Over to play this puck is CJ Nanavisa. Nanavisa pins his man to the wall. 2:27 to go now in the second. Thrown up ahead, picked off by Riker Ferguson. He's got Borman. Goes to Borman. Borman's going to try and work this around 97. Both hit the deck temporarily. Onto pressure on the forechecks. 93 Riker Ferguson. Thrown up here on the half wall as it comes back to CJ Nanavisa at center red. Pinballs around a couple of players in front of the Fury bench, are we right now? It's in the skates of Riker Ferguson. No stick. He's trying to move it along. It's in his equipment. He's still trying to scooch it along. It's going to go behind Luka Thompson. Retrieved by CJ Nanavisa, the left-handed defenseman, number 77. Moves it hit to his D partner, Grant Loya. Knocked off of his stick. Recovers. Headman pass to Gaworski. He's got Borman on the far side. Gaworski's going to take the lane right now. Tries to walk around a man as he delayed, as Welch is going to try and step up. And it's Noah Welch that has it now. He's going to send it over to Connor Wilson. It streaks in. Connor Wilson's got a step. Connor Wilson cashes in. Cha-ching for number 8, his second of the day. Connor Wilson makes it a 5-4 game for your Pens Elite. Connor Wilson found in space there. And it's in the back of the net behind netminder number 25 as Metallica plays from the Arctic Ice Arena. 1:23 to go in the second period. Wilson, his second of the morning, as it's now one back to Ambrose Papuano. He's pressured by O'Neill. Wilson's going to try and move this ahead further. He does. He's finding just evades the stick of Mason Fritsch, who's in on the forecheck against 73. Retreats behind his own net, reverses back to his D partner, number 27. Pens have had pockets of zone time. They've also, unfortunately, had a lot of time in the penalty box, where Wilson retreats back, throws it, deflects off of O'Neill's stick, back to get this puck is Ambrose Papuano. O'Neill sends it now to the point man, as it's chipped to the circle here to Ambrose Papuano, who's going to retreat behind his own net. Welch is going to hustle over to get to this puck, as Connor Wilson digs for this puck. Moves out to Bingham Green. He fans on the clearing attempt there as O'Neill finds it back to our man. Welch is going to skate over to this puck. He's going to move it up to Connor Wilson. Wilson up ahead for Fritchie. Read that pass does LaFrance. 21 now comes in. Penn's unable to complete a change. Welch is going to get a stick in to break up that pass. Comes high in the zone. And now deflects in off the stick of Ambrose Papuano. Penn's fortunate here to get a whistle with 11.3 to go in the second period. Play back underway with 8 to go in the second period. And Easton Borman's going to try and put some pressure on, but that's going to be all the way down the ice for an icing. 1.5 to go. I believe the Fury are going to pull their netminder. D-zone draw to the left of netminder number 33, Luca Thompson. Pens in that period able to kill off a 5-on-3. Now they have to kill off this second and a half. They're going to try and go forward with this draw. And that's going to be it. Period number 2. Flurry of goals here this morning from Chicago, Illinois. 5-4 the score right now. We'll be back with the third period. Pens trail 5-4.